everybody, and we're back for the Beauty and the Brains tag. This is a really fun tag because I feel like a lot of people think that you have to be either very brainy or just beautiful and no brains. I think as a kid growing up, I fell into somebody who was more interested in having fun category and not the brain category. I was constantly compared to my sister and asked, why can't you be more like her? And to this day, if I ever see parents asking their kids that question, stop right there. Please don't do that, because we're all different, we're all unique, and no two people are meant to be alike. If we were all alike, we'd be simply boring. I simply do believe that everybody has a little bit of brains and everybody has a little bit of beauty. No matter how you look at that, whether it's external beauty, internal beauty, both, or just dripping with brains, or once in a while a really little bit of amazing genius pops out of nowhere. We all have that capability to be a little bit of everything all rolled into one. It's called. The very first question is, what is your favorite book? And I have to say my favorite book that I have read more than once, twice, maybe even 3 times, guilty as charged, has got to be the Gypsy Rose Lee biography. And one of the reasons I really like this biography is because I feel like I forget a lot about her childhood growing up. She was put into that very useful, very brain category as a kid growing up, and she grew up to be this gloriously beautiful, amazing gentleman show beauty, and really shocked her own family and became basically the glue that put everything together, the breadwinner. And she's the most known. And Ethel Merman used to play her on Broadway, and we've seen several renditions of it since then. One of my favorite renditions of it is, of course, Natalie Wood's performing her, and of course the version of Bette Midler, with the version with Bette Midler, is new in Technicolor and also amazing. What are your favorite quotations? One of my favorite quotations is, the cure for everything is salt water. Is the cure for everything, probably not going to get this quote right on because I'm going off the top of my head here, but the cure for everything is salt, the sea, and tears, something to that effect. I just love that quote, and I think anytime I've been going through something really rough in my life, the sea, spending quality time with yourself, finding the things you love to do, and salt water, baby. All right, this is why I chose to go to the beach. This is that right there. And I feel like for me, everything that I've gone through in my life has healed me, or I've been healed because of the beach. And I came down here and I got my dream job right by the beach. I feel like the beach is my answer, and I don't even go in it every day. I just like to be by it. I like to be by the ocean. The next question is English or math? And I have to say, I'm not bad at doing multiplication off the top of my head. I'm actually, I can do some pretty good multiplication. I don't know too many people who can multiply all the way up into any digit off the top of their head. I did a lot of flashcards as a kid, but my favorite is English by far. I was not considered a good math student. Maybe to a low-level math student I was considered great, outstanding, but I didn't get much higher than algebra. The next question is science or art? Well, this is a toughie because as a cosmetologist, I'm both an artist and I'm a scientist as well. It's true. Yes, you have to earn a science of art degree in order to be a cosmetologist. And I'm really good at being both of those characters. I'm identified as an artist, but those who truly know me very, very well know that I have a very, very good ability to memorize biological terms. In school, they didn't want me to take biology. They didn't think I was smart enough to take biology, and I insisted that I wanted to take a direction in science and really study something pertaining to something that was going to matter to me on a personal level, rather than just studying the elements some more. So I convinced my teachers to let me take biology, and I'm so glad that I did, because it is the study of life. Biology. And what better reason for me to be amazing at biology? Because I work on people. The canvas, people with life, that is my canvas. And so now that I understood that about me, for me as a kid it was a challenge to try to even get them to let me take biology. And they're just like, I don't understand why you want to do that when you're not the best student. It's like, I think I wanted a personal challenge. I'm very glad. Never let anybody tell you you can't. That's like probably the biggest thing for me, is people who persuade people into thinking they're dumb. So, name 5 albums or musical artists that have changed your life. I would probably say, as far as musical artists, I want to say Steven Tyler has changed my life. I'm going to go with Mariah Carey as an 80s and 90s kid. Sarah Bareilles for Brave, as of today. That's one of my favorite songs. Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. I think it's a very empowering song for women today, because it just kind of, I don't know, it lets women be like, I'm gonna go for it. You know, I'm gonna say what I want to do. I'm gonna dance with whoever I want, and you're not gonna stop me. So I think we're at 4. Yeah, Steven Tyler, Mariah Carey, Walk the Moon, Sarah Bareilles, and I'm going to need one more. I'm going to go with Social Distortion. That was probably one of my favorite groups in my 20s, by far. Lots of fun. I love Social Distortion. I love their version of Walk the Line via Johnny Cash. And I love like all their, that's Ring of Fire, sorry, it's not Walk the Line. I love their rendition of Ring of Fire. And I feel like you could hear I guess the emotions in the singers or the songwriters' lyrics and in their voices as well. And I feel like they bring their songs to life by what they've been through, and they've come out the other end, and you know, they're fine. They're like, you know what, this is my history, but that's just my past, and I'm up here singing for you guys today. So I love me some of that. That's my wild card band. And I do have a lot of, I'm a little bit of everywhere in my genres, but I do like some old rock, and I like things that where the beat just kicks you and you're in the moment and you're moving and it's just a little larger than life. It's another reason why I also really like Ed Sheeran. I would have known his name any other day but today. But Ed Sheeran, I love his music. It's beautiful. And I also like the version of Thinking Out Loud no, I don't think he sings a version of Out Loud. He sings something with Macklemore. I also really like that as well. Favorite and least favorite subject at school. For those of you who truly know me, and I mean way back yonder, you know me, you knew that I was a culinary arts student, and I used to go to competitions. I actually won a competition that was televised on Food Network a very long time ago. That was probably the second year Food Network was around. And it was a knowledge bowl, actually, because I guess somebody found out that I have a ability to memorize very strongly, and they put me in the knowledge bowl, and we got first place in the state. We got 10th place in the nation, and for California. And the teachers were like, "Why do you want her in it? Tell me again." That was just another situation that I've been in where the teachers were demeaning me, and I had more potential than that. So I would probably say one of my favorite subjects in school was culinary arts, and we had an amazing culinary arts group, and I was actually the region president for FHA Hero, which is now FCCLA, and I think they're tied into also some doctors program. I don't even know if it's called FCCLA anymore. I'll look it up. I'll put it right here, and that's what it is now. But I was involved in it when fashion design and culinary arts were 2 subjects that you can major in. And I think they've taken down that development, which saddens me because that was why I was so passionate about it. They've taken down that development and they've turned it into child development. And because they figured, oh, future homemakers of America, that's exactly what FHA Hero stood for. And they're like, well, let's just turn it into child development and make it more modern. And you're like, well, now it's only child development. You can call it whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not here because you called it something old school. I'm here for the real stuff. But yeah, whatever that was. Anyways, So least favorite subject in school had to be math. I don't think I ever looked forward to a math class in my life. Favorite celebrity with a brain? Courtney Love. If you could study anything anywhere, what would it be? Art history? Can I go to Italy? Yes, that would be my choice. So oh, please, yes. What is your nerdy little secret? I think I already exposed that one. Region president of FHA Hero. I think that's probably my nerdiest little secret, aside from baking to be in biology. Yeah, I was really misunderstood as a kid. Favorite beauty gurus who you admire for more than their love for beauty and fashion? Somebody who brings it home in a real way. Maybe Brittany Lee Saunders from Australia. I admire Paralita22, but she's not a fashion blog, so I'd have to go with Veggie Beauty, who no longer uploads, but she owns Pumpkin and Poppy. So I'm just gonna go with those two. If your channel couldn't focus on beauty and fashion, what would it be? It would be lifestyle all the way. Name some things that you're obsessed with that other people would find strange or geeky. Veganism, animal rights activism, random facts. I like to study the psychiatric minds of serial killers. I don't know why that is. Was I a forensic specialist in a past life? And then the next question is, name 5 people excluding family and friends who inspire you. I'm gonna go maybe with a couple YouTubers because that's why I'm here. Xsparkage was the first YouTuber I ever watched that inspired me to follow my passion of makeup. I was in hair school and I didn't like hair, and I found Xsparkage a long time ago, back in 2008, and it changed my direction and made me realize I can really do all this makeup stuff if I want. She's doing it, right? So she really did inspire me way back in the day when she was one of the first YouTubers. Vintage or Tacky was a huge inspiration for me as well. She's probably the second beauty blogger I ever watched. Paralita22 was one of the first vegan bloggers I ever watched, and she was like the true nice, sweet, amazing activist who lived in Guatemala and nobody else was a vegan there. So she's a true pioneer for her country, and she inspired me amazingly. I don't idolize really anybody. I think all of these people I'm naming I have seen in person or have spoken to, so it's really hard for me to be like, oh, I don't idolize celebrities. I don't care really. I actually think I enjoy YouTubers more on the fact that I am one and they're more approachable to me. The Life Regenerator inspired me when I first went vegan. A lot of people don't like him. I could care less about his personal life, but he teaches me a lot of things about what vegetables do for you. He got me into the ideas of detoxing. He got me into the probability of foods. Why do we salivate? Why do we want things? Why do we crave things? And then he also made me realize what food is all about, and it's never just about nourishing your palate. Veganism can actually steer cravings away, make you less picky eater, and make you really understand that food helps your body. And if you really are pretty healthy and fairly detoxed, you will notice food on another level. You will notice that when you sit down to eat, your body feels, if it felt famished before, it'll sort of rejuvenate itself, it'll kick itself back into life. And a lot of people don't ever get to experience that in their life, and I couldn't feel sorry for them. That saddens me very much that they don't get to feel that. And then I would probably say somebody else who inspired me a long time ago, and I can't say the same anymore, was Tyra Banks when she did America's Next Top Model. I really liked her in the beginning, and I really liked Twiggy. I think I still like Twiggy, but I really liked her in the beginning because in the beginning, I guess she was more of a good guy. She coached the girls, she gave them back some self-esteem, and I really didn't care for her after this one girl on America's Next Top Model gained some weight, and she sort of, I don't know, shot her down in my opinion. Like she was just like, oh well, I'm already the top model. I can gain all that weight, and you can't. And I understand what she's saying, and that there's probably truth to that, and it's not just her saying this out of context with no real reality behind it. But I think that there was probably a better way to say that, or a better route for the girl to take in life, maybe. I don't know, being a model is such a short-lived life that I just feel like, I don't know, I didn't like the idea of putting the idea that she had to be anorexic or super skinny or unhealthy or unhappy to make it in the industry. That just hit me on a big level. She fell out of my category of amazingness to a degree. I still watch America's Next Top Model. Sometimes she hits the nail on the head, and sometimes I just think she's a little egotistical. Who is your intellectual soulmate? I've met a few of them, and the funny part is, and I think it's because I don't meet a lot of left-handed people in my life as a lefty, and a minority, of course. I think it's because our brains think on that same path. Our brains always, it's like a synced up thing. Righties must feel this all the time, right? I mean, right? You guys are all synced up with each other. But I feel like left-handed people, our brains work in a different way. And I feel like we're turned around half the time until we meet another lefty, and you're like, is this how everybody else feels? Like all synced up, like we get it. Our intellectual levels are all like boom, 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 like laying bricks. So my intellectual soulmates are usually fellow lefties. And I will list some people who I want to tag in the description bar below. Sorry, I've had like a long day. I think all that hot water, steam, and the heat and everything, all the heat outside and not, I'm gonna have a lookbook coming up, but it's also gonna be an inspiration book where I show you fun things that I really like that have inspired me over the years to lead me to how I dress now. And there'll be some really fun outfits in there that I'm gonna be wearing this week. I'll compile that all together, and we'll have a really fun video coming up. I'll see you guys in the next video. And I have a lot of things to review. Whew, it's gonna be a good week.